Closely linked to pressure is stress. And let's just take a couple of minutes to talk about stress. What it is, how to recognize it, 3 things we can do to manage it. So why do we need to consider stress? Well, stress refers to a situation where there are too many demands and not enough resources. When staff go back to work and they cannot leave stresses associated with home behind, this is called domestic stress. Preoccupation with a source of domestic stress can play on one's mind during the working day, distracting from the task in hand. The inability to concentrate fully may also impact on the task performance and ability to pay due attention to safety. As well as domestic stress, we also have work-related stress, and staff can experience stress for a couple of reasons. Maybe because of the task that they are undertaking at the moment, or because of the general organisational environment. Stress can be felt when carrying out certain tasks that are particularly challenging or difficult, and this stress can be increased by a lack of guidance in a situation, or time pressures to complete a certain task or job. This type of stress can be reduced by careful management and good training, for example. So why is it important for us to know how to recognise stress? Well, stress is a word that we hear a lot of these days, but do we really know how to recognise it? Do we know what causes it and how we can deal with it? A stressful problem can manifest itself by signs of irritability, forgetfulness, sickness, absence, mistakes, or alcohol or drug abuse. Management do have a duty to identify individuals who may be suffering from stress and to minimise workplace stresses wherever possible. Individual cases can be helped by sympathetic and skillful counselling, which allows a return to effective work. And within the organisation, the social and managerial aspects of work can be stressful. Peer pressure, organisational culture and management, all of which can be stressors. And in the world that we work in, shift patterns, lack of control over our own workload, company reorganisation and job uncertainty can also lead to sources, or can also be sources of stress. And I just want to say, I think it's very important that we also look out for our fellow colleagues, those people that we're close to or who are on our teams. Look out for these signs in them. And it might be a case of just going out for a coffee with them to chat through maybe things that are going on in their life and just listening. But if it ever gets to the point where you're thinking, actually, this person needs help that I cannot give, then signpost them to a counselling service or some other service that can actually help them. Maybe there's other people in the organisation that can help them. And it's really important to be able to signpost people to professionals if they need it. Finally then, let's look at stress management. Once we become aware of stress, we generally respond to it by using one of 2 strategies: defence and coping. Now, defence, this involves the alleviation of the symptoms, so taking medication or alcohol, etc. Then we've got coping. This is where the individual either adjusts to the perceived demands of the situation or changes the situation themselves. So 3 things that we can do to manage stress. Firstly, look at regulating your sleep and your diet and taking the time to relax. Secondly, look at a regime of regular physical exercise. Thirdly, counselling. If you're going through a stressful situation or you're feeling stressed and you're feeling that everything is just a bit overwhelming at the moment, then talk to a supportive friend or colleague or seek professional advice.